Chicago, baby. Chicago, baby.
What is up, my fellow Sackers? I am here with the second place, Anaheim. Your name is?
Mark Garcia.
Mark Garcia.
Username Zabo91.
Zabo91, the OG GOAT. This guy cooked me round 4 or 5. He's a beast. You got second at Sacramento.
Sacramento.
You just got second again. I know you might be, you're probably bummed out, but dude, that's like a lot of players like very, very high like on their list. You know, you're definitely like a threat that people should know about.
Yeah, trying just one game at a time, but no, it's good. Anaheim was probably the most competitive for me. Like it wasn't easy here. Everyone was just, they play a lot here, so you could just feel it. But yeah, you know, you got to play out of it. So.
But dude, you're playing a unique deck. You're playing zombies.
Yep. Zombies.
You topped Sacramento with Diva Hero Zombie, I believe, and now you're on Instant Zombies.
Instant Zombies. Yep.
Sarah, you told me why, but could you tell us, for the viewers, why you decided to switch decks?
Yeah, I can tell you that when I hit more into the traps. It was just a meta call for this particular tournament, and then where the region I'm going in, because I've been here so many times, and it's always the same, most of the same meta. So that's why I decided to switch.
Awesome. And then before we start, you want to give any shout-outs?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to JRB, the Stockton crew, Enya, Ricardo, Jay, Ricky, Wayne, yeah, everyone else I didn't mention, but everyone from the crew.
Awesome. All right, let's get started.
Perfect. All right, so starting out with the monsters, we're going to go with the one Darker, of course, the Boars, and then the Gale, the Oneza. These ones actually look obviously good. And then Triple Caius.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So I was playing 2 at the
other
tournament.
English? What the? Am I trolling?
I just regular.
No, yeah.
So yeah, just 3 Caius, mandatory. And then I played the Psychic package, the 2 Krebons and the Commander. These won me a lot of games.
Krebons was disgusting. Yeah. Every time I saw you have it, it was like good. It would just stay on the field and you would just,
It's like you put your opponent like in a weird position, like they're going to attack it for the 800 and they don't want to burn brain control on it. And you can kind of get a read of what they have based on how long they take it. And then I'm like, okay, so we're not going to do anything to Krebons, then I'm free to go. And it usually ends up like that.
Dude, you kept doing that to me. You kept going like, are you going to take it? Are you going to take it?
Well, yeah, because I was like, you're thinking too long. And I'm like, obviously it's minor brain and brain makes more sense in my head. That's what I would be thinking if I'm facing this.
Yeah.
But these put a lot of work during both Top Cut and Swiss. And then the 3 turtles.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, missing one. But
what's that?
I know, it's ugly. I'm trying, I couldn't find one, but...
No tomato, right?
No. Yeah. No tomato on this one. The triple turtle standard, and then we did double goblin, and then the One's. These ones actually put a lot of work.
Yep.
Some people, I see that they took this out or took that out.
They're crazy.
That's incorrect, because you need as much searches as you can with these ones, and then this one gives you options to go into any of these, so I think it's correct just to leave it.
Do you ever side out Spirit Reaper?
No.
I feel like you can't, right?
No.
Yeah.
Some people I see sided because they put in the skill drains, and I still, even when I was siding skill drains, I would still leave it. It's just a big payoff if you get it off and you hit like a key card like a Brain or Dad, and they just steal the game because they're already steaming by that point. So I don't know. It's really good.
Gotcha.
It's a monsters.
40 card deck, right?
Yeah, 40 cards. And then I got for the spells, it's Mind Control, Brain Control, the Allura, and then the Teleport. Just the ones of the MST, and then the Heavy Storm.
Gotcha.
Oh, and the one Foolish. This one,
this one
I keep playing. A lot of people I see that don't like it. I'm like, it won me a lot of games. I think it's just MVP in this deck. This one and this one, and I don't know.
You even Foolish Krebons against me to get to 3 darks and just drop card down. I was like,
well, I had to.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm saying the card's good. Yeah.
No, I know. It's good. It's I don't know. People need to play it. I think it's better than Armageddon and most times because you want to see more spells than you do monsters in this deck. Because if you have too many normals, you're just gonna get Blackwinged or valued, and then you're just gonna lose that momentum, and then they see it in your face. It's over.
Gotcha.
So, and then I decided to go 2 instants instead of 3. I was playing 3 at one time, but I cut it down to 2. It was just a lot of payment, and it just made sense for 2. And then triple Book of Lives.
Is this card ever dead for you?
No, rarely.
Wow. Okay.
Even though I see a lot of people go to 1, go to 2, but I think 3 is the way to go. You want to see this as fast as possible, and usually you can make it with Instant Fusion, Teleport, any of these. And I even play it just to play it in main phase 2 and then switch and then put your opponent to see what they do, because if you get them off their value, the darks, blizzard targets, they're just kind of struggling from there, and it just pays off hard. And not even OTK, just control.
Control, yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, those are the spells. And then the traps, the ones-ups, the returns, broken. 1 DOS, 1 shoe, another bomb, and then only 1 deep prism.
Okay.
Decided to. I think you only need 1. I think 2 and 3 is a little overkill because opponents playing against this, they'll try to do unorthodox plays. They'll try to be like, I'm not going to attack into your turtles, and that's fine. Then when you have this and this, it's awkward.
Yep.
One is fine. Just let them see it, let them respect it, and you're good to go. And then we got of course, the double bottomless for the GB Blackwing, anything overly aggressive. And then we got the near torrential. Standard, and then the 2 trap stunts probably won me most of my games during the whole tournament.
Is this the card you were talking about that is the reason why you switched from the Diva Hero Zombie to this build?
Yeah, this was the meta call, because these are not good in the Diva Hero Zombies. There's no support when you're bringing out your Stardust plays, and usually you want Dust Tornadoes over this in that build, but this one you can set like Turtle Trap Stun, and then you're not OTKing, but you're ripping apart like 2 cards and getting value here. And based on what they set to negate, or to when you stop this, you kind of get insight of what their hand looks like. So if they set double and I summon, and they go bottomless, I know I'm free on the attack now. And then you're like, and then you get rid of the other one, for example, you're like, oh, okay, so that was a bluff, that was the real. Now his hand, he's on top deck for traps when he sets. And then you get a read when you have the Reaper up, those are all set, so you attack Reaper and then tribute Caius, and then you get full value. That's how I was playing it in the weekend. So
that's too advanced for me, man.
No, standard. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, those are the traps, those 40 card deck.
Awesome.
So I think it's 18, 12, 10. For the ratio. And then
extra
deck. Got the 1 Stardust, the 1 Thought Roller. I see some builds take this out, but it paid off really hard in the tournament.
You made it a lot today?
I made it like twice, but it was important to make it because I was at like 500. This deck takes a lot of damage, but you're sacrificing damage for the control.
Yeah.
So if you can gain back life and get back up to 3K, I think you should be fine. The 1 Fighter, the 1 Darkened. Those are the 8s I play, 1 5, or 2 5s. And then the Urbellum, this was, obviously it's like the standard play with the Instant Fusion, bonds. The Brio, the Coil, and then those are the 2 6s I only play, and then these ones are the only ones you can make with the zombies, the Black Spreader. This one I think needs to go back in if people don't play it. I think
you made it?
Yeah, I made it.
Yep.
And
no, I mean you made it.
Yeah, I made it. I made it a lot during the tournament because it would be milled off end phase or just sleeping in there, and this would come up, and then you get full value with Book of Life. Do it like twice, and then get rid of it at the end. And then you can even take it just to keep it up and let them
have it.
Go into main 2 to kill it, and then they have to respond.
Yeah.
So they came up a lot. The 1 Rose, that was MVP for the weekend, and then the 2 Psychics. This came up a lot. The Android and this one.
Yeah, Life Transfer gains a lot of life for sure.
And then it fed the return, and then you pop off, do it again, just gain a lot of life. And then the 2 fusions for the instant fusion.
Yeah.
Don't play the Dark
Don't play
Fire.
Darkfire?
I wouldn't play it. It didn't come up, but it did come up the last one of the events I played, and it would have been crucial if I didn't have the Earth. So.
Oh, for Drago, right?
Yeah, just for Drago, or else I would be playing Darkfire just for the Darkfire.
You said Black Rose's MVP?
Yeah, this one won a lot of games.
You made it just a lot, and just
almost every game. Like if it wasn't every game, it was like game 1 and 3.
Wow.
Yeah. It was always comes up because you'll stun, you'll reap a card, and then you'll main 2 Black Rose, and then you'll. So
that's a lot of plussing.
Yeah, and then they're just bamboozled by them. But yeah, this is pretty standard. I wouldn't change anything from here. The side deck, I'll get into that right now. So yeah, that's pretty much the extra. DD Assailants. These are mostly just for Blackwing and Vanity Fiend. They came up a lot, and depending on the player, if they were overly aggressive and not respecting turtles and they need their grave, I'll just put these in. It just depends on what they did.
Well, you said Vanity Fiend. Would you side this against Frog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, because they get very overconfident with Vanity Fiend.
Yeah.
So they'll go 3-1 come back, and then this doesn't take the 1,000 burn off the Caius. So even if I set Turtle instead, I rather just, okay, let's get the Caius out. I'll take 24 or Bottomless or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Rug, whatever. But this came up a lot. Like, or attacking into the deck dev when you read it so hard.
Yeah.
You'll swing into that came up against the army.
Right. And they have to deck dev, yeah.
And if they don't, then they take 17, and now I don't have anything because this plays a lot of spells you've seen. So sometimes they'll get value, but I think everyone that deck dev me didn't get much value. If
I got no value.
At best, Black Spreader. All right, and then the 2 Crows standard. And then I sided 2 Vanity's Fiends.
Did you play against any frogs?
Did I play against? I played 2.
2 Frog Hero?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I played against 2. I lost to 1 in Swiss, and then I beat 1 in Swiss.
That's your worst matchup, right?
Yeah, it's the worst one. If I play against it, it's gonna be rough. They probably have a edge over me game 1, but game 2 and 3 is a little different.
Right.
So yeah, that's the 6, and then the 2 rugs for Monarchs, and then we got the 2 Smashing Grounds. These came up. These were probably the MVP of the day. This one, than these two. I wish I could go 3-3 because the huge payoff was the 1-for-1, and people like when they bring out absolute zero or whatever they did, and it's just like smashing assailant and just that simple basic 1-for-1 in the game. It's just
simplify the game and
and then you know you didn't invest anything, and then you get your value off your other monsters.
Right.
So I played it like that, and then I cited the one more deep prison for anyone overly aggressive with their decks. The one Mind Crush was MVP.
This was MVP?
This is MVP.
What was this for?
This Monarch, and it worked.
Frogs?
Because they would go Swamp Frog, bounce it back, and I'm like, okay, I set this, and they usually like to rush their back row, because in that deck they're like, okay, MST, Heavy Storm, and I'm like, chain Mind Crush, call out Swap, and then this happened during Swiss. He bounced his Kaius back, and then he brought back Frog. I went Mind Crush Kaius, I hit 2 Kaiuses. So it's just like a situation like that. That's the dude I lost to in Swiss, but it's still the point still remains. It's just a value card against that, and then it works good against Dragon Turbo.
Yeah, and you didn't play in that.
I don't think everyone go. If you understand it and how to play it, it's gonna pay off hard. But if you're playing it just because someone told you to play it, it's not gonna work. You have to know your matchups you're putting it against. Like even Hero Beat, you're gonna want to put this, even though it's risky because they can go on the offense. But they like to bring back that Alias and like to have. I played against Hero Beat, so it's like they like to have double Alias to go search one with Stratos and then eco to fill out their deck, like to thin it out, and then that's when you get full value.
Oh wow! You wouldn't even wait. You wouldn't even Mind Crush the Stratos. You would
just wait for the Alias.
Sheesh.
So I'm like, let's get full value. That's all it is. And then the one Needle Sync came up for the Monarchs. If they dupe block, if they're playing a certain way, and they're always, like for example, a really high caliber player is going to try to do that dupe block multiple times, or like that's what they're going for, the sub block, I'm putting this in. But if I see them, they're playing very basic, and they're just like Swap, Treeborn, Monarch, Vanity Fiend, whatever, this is not going in. So it's mostly on the player, how they're playing. If I play against Amaryllis, this goes into it. It just depends how they're playing it. So, and then one Kaiku, this came up, it's only for value turbo. That's all it is. And you can put it against Frogs, so it's and then the Frogs, of course. So,
did you draw Soul Release against Frogs?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It paid off hard.
Yeah.
If you look at this side, though, I don't know if no one can notice it, but you can side almost all these cards for Monarchs. 15 can go in for just Monarch, any kind of Monarch. If you think about it, like this guy was scared of Monarchs. If you see it, everything could go in. Think about it. And it worked. I think I did 13 because I didn't know what else. I just built this last week. So I built this a week before this event, and I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Just keep it simple. Nothing too cute. Nothing of the one-ups.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
You have 2 traps done in the main. Your deck gets destroyed by Oppression.
Yeah.
But you only have 2 traps done in the main.
Yeah.
No Dust Tornadoes?
No, I made one Dust.
Oh, you made a Dust as well.
Right here.
Oh, okay. So you think that's just enough? Like games 2 and 3, when they putting in double Oppression, you think like, that's fine.
I don't think I got caught by Oppression on the weekend. I always played against it. If you didn't have it, you lost. If you did, I trap stun and it stayed. And now it works for me.
Yeah.
So and then I get full value. That's it. That's all it was. So I kind of, my point is, my theory is in this deck, if you don't have the card that's gonna win you the game, I'm gonna have the stun, and if you don't have it, then you're gonna get blown out. That's how I look at it. So I think if you're playing zombies, you got to play at least 1 stun and 1 dust, or 3 of that, none of that. It's just all player preference. And it depends where you're playing too.
Anything you would change?
Out of what's the main deck?
Anything? Any of your 70?
No, I think it's.
You think it's perfect?
Near
perfect.
Then I know you can say like, oh, but you lost in the finals though. But that's another story. but I think it played perfect. I think I wouldn't change anything. Maybe there's like a flex spot in here, maybe with the Deep Prison, if someone can think of a card that works besides a cost trap. I don't like cost traps because I don't play the Necro Garden on them.
Yeah, there's not really much you can discard.
Yeah, you're probably just losing more than you're gaining at that point. So if anyone can think of, it's probably that. Maybe no, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Not really thought about it, but it was working good today.
Awesome.
And I would probably play this again depending on how, because the meta keeps shifting in Edison.
Yep,
so it's like, oh, now it's the deck dev craze, oh, the oppression phase, you know?
Yep,
And then everyone took them out. So then that was my thing too. Everyone's taking out oppressions. And I think people are still going to continue to take it out because it's not really good against the big 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you're playing against the tier 1.5s or whatever. But yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Any closing thoughts then?
Don't play this deck.
We were talking about it earlier. You said you think it's like the 5th, 6th best deck, right?
I don't think this deck is that. I don't think that deck. It depends what you want as a player. If you want to win, you're probably gonna have to play one of the big 3 decks. If you're a very high caliber player and you understand how to control resources and your opponent, maybe play this deck. But this deck is it could be beat. It's not fragile, but the only thing that has going for it is that has a early game, mid game, and a late game. You could recover very fast, and that's it. But you have to put a lot of work in, like to play this. I would say.
I mean, only 2 guys beat you this whole weekend, so it seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's good. It just it just depends how it is up here and makes sense to you.
Right.
I wouldn't change nothing. But if you play it, have fun with it, and try to win it. Try to win with it, or
Yeah.
I'm trying, but there's only a few zombie players that are playing it. Like, how many are there that you could think of?
Like 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 3, right? I already know you're thinking about, so it's like it's only about 3. So, yeah, if you can make it better, by all means.
Yeah, the conversion rate's really high, I guess. There's not a lot of people playing it, but one has always been like topping recently, I feel like. So, yeah. Maybe the deck is better than we think.
Yeah. So it's either it's either the deck or it's the player.
Yeah.
And there's only a few doing it, so I don't know what that leads to.
Gotcha. All right. Awesome. Thanks for the deck profile, man.
No problem.
Peace out.